Hello writers! For this video, we are going to focus on the strategy of quotation. You already know that quoting is when you copy directly from the text, word from word. You know that it is essential to get down every single word exactly as it appears, along with every quotation mark and every space. But for this video, I want to talk more specifically about why and when we should use quotations. In order to do this, let's go ahead and take another look at some quotations I pulled for my Avenger article. Here are some quotations that I really liked. The first one says, and it's describing how Ultron goes from good to evil, "In true Frankenstein or Pinocchio fashion, the creation turns on its creator and takes on a life of its own." So for this quote, I really enjoyed the allusion to Frankenstein and Pinocchio. In the movie, Ultron takes on a life of his own, and the references to those two stories are a perfect illustration. So here are some things to consider if you're trying to decide if a sentence is worth quoting. Is this sentence a gem? If I wanted to paraphrase it, could I do better with my own words? In this case, I would say that O'Connell's words are great. Frankenstein and Pinocchio, I can't do better than that. So yes, I am going to quote it. Okay, now let's take a look at the other quotation. In reference to the fact that some main characters do not get a lot of screen time, and here's the quote. "It's possible that some of the series' signature heroes have been relegated to cogs needed to keep the massive wheel turning this time out." I have to say I am in love with this metaphor of the secondary characters becoming slaves who have to work the cogs. It did feel like some of the characters in the storyline did not have screen time, the way, for example, Tony Stark did. So, this is a spot-on quote that I could just not have worded any other way. So I definitely want to quote it exactly. Now, let me point out a strategy that I used here. In each of these quotes, for my notes, I added a sentence or phrase that introduces the quote. It's important to write these impressions down so that later when I come back to my notes, I remember what they were in reference to. But of course, later you will figure out what signal phrase you want to use in your actual paper. So here are a couple of guidelines for just making sure that you're quoting things right. First of all, once again, we cannot stress this enough, make sure that the quote is exactly as the original. Otherwise, it could be construed as plagiarism. Next, remember to use quotes sparingly. Not every sentence is a gem. In the entire article for the Avengers story, I only quoted 2 sentences. I think Sean O'Connell is a great writer, but in all of that, I only quoted 2 of his sentences. So remember, you also need to rely on the strategies of summary and paraphrase. Not everything can be quoted. Okay, enjoy writing with your research and have a happy writing time.